So what makes it different? First off, it's keyless. It's environment aware. It's asset based. Uses a unique enciphering logic each time the asset is protected. It never deciphers the asset anywhere on disk. Don't worry, we're going to explore and explain each one of these, so hang in there. Keyless means you don't have any keys or certificates to install, none. If you don't have any keys, then you don't have any keys to lose or to be stolen, which is how bad guys get to your stuff. This also means there are no keys that can be passed on to someone else to access or use the asset. Let's talk a bit more about this last one, because this is something unique to AMULET technology. This means you, or someone you've provided the asset to, has no way to provide access to another user. This is very different from what you've experienced where you simply enter in some authorization key, all of which you can then pass along to your buddy or even post on the internet. For example, let's say you've invested time developing some software and you sell it to Joe. You provide him with a copy that's AMULET protected using criteria specific to Joe's machine. Joe decides to give his buddy Jerry a copy. Only problem is, the software is AMULET protected for Joe, so it won't work for Jerry at all, no matter what he tries. This was a very limiting example to just Joe's machine. So instead, let's say we provide Joe with a copy that's AMULET protected using criteria specific to Joe's business, like a block of IP addresses or GPS location of Joe's business. Again, providing a copy to Jerry isn't going to allow Jerry to access the software. AMULET technology is extremely flexible with how you can define the criteria. Again, there are no keys or special logins or anything that can be passed along. And in our scenario, Joe isn't necessarily even aware of what specific criteria was used, but knows the software he purchased will only work in his business. Environment aware means aware of the system and installed hardware, software, logged on user, MAC addresses, IP addresses, and a whole list of information. And it's dynamic. It's constantly monitoring, so it's aware as things change. This evaluation occurs every time access to the asset is attempted. It's not just a one-time thing. Asset-based means security is at the individual asset level. This is different from other security, which is container-based, which does nothing to protect the individual assets, leaving them completely defenseless when the container is breached. With asset-level protection, the asset is protected no matter where it travels, what operating system it's on, or who's in possession of it. Unique enciphering logic at each use. Let's first talk about standard encryption by looking at it as a simple algebraic equation with three variables. We're provided multiple examples of any two of the variables, such as if we know what the decrypted files look like, and we also know what the resulting encrypted files consistently look like, we can figure out the encryption algorithm. With AMULET technology, every time an asset is enciphered, the resulting file is different, not only in content, but in size, making our algebraic equation example a futile effort. Never deciphered on disk. We again first talk about standard encryption. The problem is that in order to read or view the file or the asset, it first needs to be decrypted, and that occurs on the disk, and this is very bad. With AMULET technology, deciphering is never on disk and only performed in a safe and secured customized RAM space. Each of these elements alone is something unique to our technology, and when taken in total, provides a completely different approach to providing cybersecurity. To find out more, please check out our website, certitudedigital.com.